You all knew that my sister, she passed away a couple months ago. Well, I had a niece. And she's not doing too good. She's in the hospital. She's been there a little over a week. And they expect every breath to be her last one. Susan's a good girl. But lungs are shot, some other things, but I'll miss Susan, but as of right this moment, she's not gone yet because I hadn't had the phone call. My problem. And you know who you are because I know you watch my videos. You're a piece of shit. When you were little and your daddy walked away from you and your sperm donor walked away from you and he didn't want nothing to do with you, Mama was there. Mama was there. She took care of you. She fed you. You may not have had the best clothes in town, but you had clothes. You may not have had the best toys in the neighborhood, but you had toys. You're an asshole. Your mother's been there over a week, and they've been trying to get in touch with you for a week, and you're ducking the phone calls. Michael went to your Facebook page today, and instead of saying, my mom's sick, anything, you got little cartoon characters on your goddamn Facebook. Well, Bo, I want you to know, I'm saying this on video because I ain't never talking to you again. I got no more respect for you. I don't want nothing else to do with you. You know, it's funny, you know, when somebody in your family's going, I don't care how bad things are. I don't care what problems you have with the person. It's still family. I've got a son, Charles. He and I haven't been close in 5, 6 years. Didn't talk for 4 of those years. But you know, I got to thinking, you know, I says, my problem with Charlie isn't what he does. It's not with how he runs his life, because, now don't get me wrong, this boy, he gets up in the mornings, he goes to work. He does his job. He pays his child support. He goes home, has him a couple of beers, watches a little TV, gets on the Facebook. Charlie's not a bad boy. My problem with Charlie was he didn't meet my expectations. But you know something? He don't have to. He don't have to meet my expectations or what I want him to do with his life. He's a grown man. He has to do what he thinks is best to do with his own life. I now have a relationship with my son. We talk now. We talk on the phone. We're Facebooking. And I'm happy with that. I love all 5 of my kids. And I love all 9 of my grandchildren. It would kill me knowing that I was in the hospital sick and on my deathbed and my son wouldn't come see me because he was ashamed, he was embarrassed, or he was mad with me about stuff. If that would be the case, then he's not my son. I guess I'm a little ticked, you know? And Charlie, I know you watch my videos because you watch them all, sucker. I love you. Don't you ever think that I don't love you, because I do. You live for yourself, son, and you do what you have to make you happy. You don't have to make me happy. But that's really a problem with a lot of families nowadays. They're not talking to the kids, and the kids aren't talking to them because they don't quite do what the parents want them to do, or they don't quite live like the parents want them to live. So the parents get mad and they want to argue with them and fight with them. Man, they're going to grow up, they're going to live life the way they want to, not the way you want them to. I understand that. And my so-called ex-nephew, don't worry about me no more, Bo. I got nothing after this to say to you. You've let your mama down, but you will pay. You will pay the price. One day, probably not today, may not be tomorrow, but you will realize that was your mama. She's not there anymore, and you can't talk to her anymore, and you can't hug her, and you can't kiss her, and you just can't do nothing. I'm pissed. So, Bo, be happy with your life, because AGP's family, my side anyway, I can't talk about your grandmama's side, but on my side, you don't exist. So you're wearing the chute now. So when you're in the hospital and you need somebody, don't call me. I ain't coming. Live your life, have fun with it, do what you think you need to do with your life, boy. Susan, I love you. I never saw you that I didn't leave and you said, Uncle Charlie, I love you. I remember when you were 3 years old and I just got in a car and I took you for a ride with me because I went somewhere and I got in a wreck. Wasn't a bad wreck, I just hit the fender, you know. But Susan was sitting there in the front seat of the car and she was, you know. And I said, Susan, don't tell your grandma and your granddaddy about this. Okay? Don't tell them Uncle Charlie got in a wreck. She said, okay, Uncle Chachi. Okay, Uncle Chachi. Okay, Uncle Chachi. I said, okay, I'll buy you an ice cream. So I took her and bought her an ice cream and went back to the house, and she went, buzzed out that door, and she went, Grandmama, Uncle Chachi got in a wreck. I was in the car, Charlie got in a wreck. I said, oh, I got a lot of little stories about Susan, but that's the one that sticks out in my mind the most. I hope everybody's wrong, and I hope she comes out of this well. But if not, Susan, I love you. You were the first kid. Both sides. Imagine. Anyway, Charlie, I love you, son. Kimberly, Jennifer, I love all y'all. Dawn, Michelle, Michael, you know I care about you, boy. Rest, you know, those are my 5 youngins. Charlie, Jennifer, Kimberly, Michael, and Dawn Michelle. She lives in Alabama. Love all 5 of my youngins. And all 9 of my grandkids. Anyway, I'm getting a little misty-eyed now, and I think it's best I get off because I'm going to say some shit that I really don't want to say and hurt some feelings that I don't want to hurt. Not really. But anyway, bye, youngins. I'll see you on the next one.